this were a heavyweight championship fight, the ring announcer would be saying, one corner we have the champion Steffi Graf. She's won 5 big titles, Grand Slammers, and this year beaten only once, a close decision to her close friend, doubles partner Gabriela Sabatini. Graf is 45 and won the heavy favorite. And in the other corner, little 17-year-old from Spain, Arantxa Sanchez, a long shot to be sure. She's clever and she's cute. She'll play with heart and she can take a big punch, and she'll see many of those today. Well, it should be a wonderful final, a great contrast. And Joanne Russell, we usually say, okay, one of you take one player and one the other, and we're giving you Arantxa Sanchez. What's her case?
Well, if Arantxa has a shot of even winning this match, she has to keep Steffi Graf from getting inside the baseline. That's the key. Sabatini beats her by hitting these high loopers, having Graf hit up around her shoulders. That's what Sanchez has to do. Keep her back, keep her away from that baseline, and she has a shot.
Well, she has a shot, a long shot at best. Bud Collins, if you were writing the preview column for the Boston Globe, how do you make it even interesting when you write about someone who has been so dominating, Steffi Graf?
Well, you talked about the champion. Steffi is like Mike Tyson. You only get in the papers if you wreck your car. But she's at the stage where you only make news if you lose. And nobody likes to play a little kid on a big occasion. She had a bit of the jitters against Monica Seles, 15. That might be a little bit of a chance for Sanchez because she's only 17, and you get nervous playing those teenies.
So it's the champion, Steffi Graf. She goes for her 3rd consecutive French Open title against Arantxa Sanchez. She is the first Spaniard to reach the finals in French Open history. Welcome back to Center Court, Roland Garros. Due to the length of today's baseball game, we'll summarize the first set action that developed into a first set tiebreak. Sanchez had led earlier by a break, but Graf broke back at 5-4. Now in the tiebreak, it's Graf up a mini at 2-1. Serving to Sanchez, the 17-year-old. Played more than 1 hour at this stage. And Graf with an ace, 3-1 Steffi Graf. Match play for Graf, usually 1 hour for the entire match. They've changed ends. Graf leading 4-2. Sanchez on the near side. Her game is court coverage and movement of the ball, using the entire court. A hustler, a game fighter. Doesn't have the weaponry, but clever and tenacious. And this point will show you why she made it to her first ever Grand Slam final. Moving the champion Graf side to side, seeking an opening here, and oh my. That made it 4-3. A mini break back. It's Graf now even with Sanchez at 4-all and Graf to serve. There's a shot you'll see throughout the course of the match, that low backhand slice, and Graf wide with a forehand. She had an inordinate number of forehand errors in this first set. And now 7-6 Sanchez serves for the set. Graf had just lost her service point at 6-all. Arantxa Sanchez, her mother, father, her tennis-playing brother right behind her, cheering her on. Fans thought that was on the line. It didn't matter because Graf and Sanchez, and the shot by Graf long, and an upset possibly in the making. Father applauds, so does brother. Arantxa Sanchez, first set, 8-6 in the tiebreak. We'll be back with the second set action in a moment.
Alvarez called Sanchez after her semifinal victory and wished her well in the finals, and they're going to meet when she goes back to Spain. You know, I think that's really nice. Past champions past Spanish players calling the others, congratulating them, urging them on.
She's 85 years old. She was a great beauty in her day. She was a finalist at Wimbledon 3 straight years, 26, 27, 28, and Arantxa was really pleased by that call. Has just read the Alvarez memoir.
Steffi is powering this forehand, but Arantxa's still getting a lot of spin on the ball, and Steffi is having to, notice how she had to jump up to get that forehand. She still put it away, but that's the key to Sanchez, is keeping that ball up around Graf's shoulders and keeping her deep.
You feel that Sanchez might be getting a little weary, Joanne?
I don't know. I have to wait and see.
Double fault.
And
her
there,
first.
and there is a key to getting tired. Usually your serve goes and then your overhead go first when you're exhausted or getting more tired.
Not getting your legs into the
right.
play. Yeah, picked up the pace in that forehand and fooled Graf.
Well, that's what she does. She hits that spinner, that looper. She can drive it. She doesn't slice it very often unless she's in trouble, but she can mix it up.
Both lines.
Great half volley.
Oh, did she keep the ball deep throughout that rally? 30-all. I was now surprised that Sanchez is here based on her record this year on clay. She's been in the semifinals or better in every clay court tournament this year. She lost to Graf in the semis at Hilton Head and at Amelia Island, back-to-back tournaments in April.
She lost the Italian Open final to Sabatini.
Of 30 to 40-30 for Arantxa. I don't know what the word in Spanish is for moxie, but
I do, but we can't say it over the air.
we can't say. Okay, well, I won't say it about Arantxa.
Angelo
then.
Dundee taught me that, and I'm sure Ferdy Pacheco knows it.
Great get. Steffi Graf powered this first forehand back into the corner. You can see Arantxa's falling. The ball went very deep.
Whoops.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
And with it, Graf, a break point. And so it is. Steffi Graf breaks and takes the lead here in the second set. Graf down. The set is up 3-2 in the second. So Steffi Graf, the defending champion, trying to make this her second Grand Slam title of 1989 and her sixth in a row, has finally taken the lead in the second set 3-2. 13 more winners than her opponent and 15 more errors by Graf, which is surprising.
And Graf could be the first player of the Open era since 1968 to win 3 successive years.
15-0.
4 aces for her.
And Graf is one of the few players that can have more errors than winners and still win the match. Because she times those winners.
Well, Arantxa got caught in no girl's land. We can call her a girl. She's a teenager.
Absolutely.
And in fact, should she pull the upset today, would break Graf's record as the youngest ever French Open woman champion, or girl champion, in case may be. When Graf won it for the first time, she was just days under 18. She Sanchez won't be 18 till December. Such a weapon for her.
She has to put her elbows into the dust to hit those low slices of Graf's.
Well, you can tell they're low because you can hear the clunk of Sanchez's racket on the clay every time she hits.
She's digging dirt.
She's digging dirt and taking her time when she comes up to the line.
Couldn't dig that one.
Not with a steam shovel.
40-15. Graf a point from 4-2 after losing the first set in a tiebreak.
As you can see, Sanchez is not the kind of player to coach. She tries to dig out every ball.
And the game to Graf. 4-2 in the second.
I think Arantxa is weary, but I also think she could get a second win. Very well conditioned.
Oh, definitely. She is. She really didn't play a lot of tournaments at the beginning of the year. She didn't go to the Australian Open. She said she took time off, relaxed, and then got in great shape for the beginning of the circuit.
And another thing in her favor today is that we don't have that hot, steamy sun. The rain this morning kept the day fairly cool, and it isn't quite as raining.
0-15.
But Steffi Graf can be draining on one's energy.
Mental as well as physical, because you have to keep the pressure constant on Graf.
15.
There's no such thing as an easy point against Graf. You think you have a winner, she runs it down. You can't really relax, so you're tense the whole match.
That's a really fine shot against the two-handed backhand. The angle, the change of speed, the ball dies in the dust.
And that's been a pattern here in the second set. Forehand down the line, then come back with that chip backhand to Sanchez. Long, 15-40. Hang on to your seat. That Graf locomotive is about to take off. Making all the shots now. Another break of service, and Graf, when we return, will serve for the second set. 5-2. These unofficial, of course, from the speed measuring equipment at the end of the court, but are from the semis and the finals, men and women. Becker with the highest measured serve, 128. Graf there, 102, just 2 under Michael Chang's best yesterday. There's that shot again. She's found something very good, Steffi Graf.
Doesn't come to net very often, but it's certainly a surprise when she does, and she wins most of those points. Steffi Graf has a lot of variety in her game. She can win a lot of ways. People think she only has a big forehand, but it's not true.
A kind lob from Graf.
Rare charity.
Arantxa Sanchez doesn't have a lot of big shots, but she does have heart. She's right here. She makes the get, and Graf up short. Arantxa puts it away.
It's worthy of note that just the time of the match with Graf gives you an indication of how well you might be doing, and not many can say they've kept Steffi on court for 2 hours. That is the case today.
Hey, maybe she's tired. It's possible.
That play again by Graf. She worked Sanchez deep on her forehand side and then chips her back to the backhand.
And Arantxa knows she is in deep trouble when Graf hits the shot, because if she goes up the line, Graf booms the forehand by her, and instead she's tried to cut it too close on the drop shot.
30-all, 5-2 in the second. Set point. As she tried to mix it up, that's the play where she's been slicing back short to the backhand, but she'd mix it up and hit the top of the net.
Also was another high bouncer by Sanchez, up around Graf's shoulders.
Avantage, mademoiselle.
Steffi Graf earlier this week got sick on a pizza. Can't imagine where she went for pizza, but
in Paris, eat pizza.
It could be affecting her now.
I'm sure the French feel it serves her right.
Drop shot.
And you have to admire that about Sanchez. She's had some moon balls that have gone long. She doesn't quit on the shot. She comes right back with it.
But she keeps Graf behind that baseline again. She looks like she's going to hit her forehand. Boom. She drops it over. Graf was not prepared for that.
She's not been highly successful with a shot, but she doesn't tuck it away and forget about it.
Only on her backhand side.
So Sanchez, for any of those of you who thought, well, at 5-2 Graf serving, she just might coast through this game and go to the third. She battles and breaks and now serves at 3-5. sure we can't use that Spanish word for moxie?
I really got scolded by a Boston Globe copy editor named Jack Tweedy when I tried to slip it into a story quoting Angelo Dundee. So I haven't used it since.
Got the blue pencil.
Well, these days it's just a punch from the computer.
Sanchez. As the games have passed, you can see Sanchez is becoming very confident. She was already confident before she stepped onto the court. But when you get tired, if you have that confidence in you, you do a lot of things that normally when you're tired you would not do. You'd make an error.
I think what you want to say is she has corazon, heart. And that's what they used to chant at Guillermo Vilas, his fans, in his great days.
He had heart, but boy, was he boring. Woo!
Well, he and Borg nearly wiped out the game with boredom. Blendl's trying.
15-30.
Not boring to them when they're winning.
Absolutely not. No, that's a fatigue shot.
15-40.
So the third chance to take the set for Steffi Graf.
That may be the third set point for Steffi Graf, but Arantxa Sanchez is not going to give it up easily. Steffi has a half volley here, and Arantxa, that confidence still there, just pounds it for a woman.
You can't short ball her.
No.
Set to Steffi Graf, 6-3. They'll now play one set for the French championship. Pavel Slozil, Papa Peter Graf, no longer in the player's box at the far end.
He may have gone looking for that pizza.
Un petit peu de silence.
He can't like what he's seen. Slozil gets paid to watch it. He's got to sit there.
Yeah, they like the second set, though. Result 6-3 Graf after Sanchez took the opener 7-6, 8-6 in the tiebreak. Graf serves for the set that will decide the French title.
And a very proud, exceptional champion who is not going to faint away in this third set.
Oh, great reflex by Sanchez.
Sanchez knows now it's a one-set dash.
0-15.
And Sanchez gets the unlucky break, but Graf whips it right at her, and back to Graf. She goes for too much. Point for Sanchez.
Got the line. took a terrible bounce. That one going
15.
30 rows up. Oh, look at
Good play, Sanchez.
Pretty good arm by the fan there. You better check him
Yeah.
out. Any Cleveland Indian scouts here?
In Baltimore, they'd say, give that man a contract.
And that young lady, what a catch. 15 all.
Sanchez was definitely going for it there. You know, the last time Graf was actually beaten by someone hitting more winners, taking control of the points, was the '87 Wimbledon final when Martina Navratilova beat her 7-5, 6-3.
Sox of Graf tell the story, the rigors of this now 3-set match. It's gone 2 hours and 13 minutes. Heavily soiled with the crushed red earth. Found behind. 40-30.
You don't see that very often happen to Graf. She usually doesn't let the ball go by her.
Oh, it hooks wide. Deuce.
Steffi Graf is still making a lot of errors. But Sanchez is making her play a lot of balls, making her do a lot of different things from way behind the baseline.
52 unforced errors. Wide.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Sanchez.
And Sanchez with a break point to open the third.
She may be tired, but she's disregarding it now.
Well, don't you fade off now. We've got some drama ahead here in what has been an inspiring performance by Arantxa Sanchez.
Wake that kid at 5 on the third.
Might have been listening to our broadcast.
Yes. Quite a satisfied customer.
Out.
To open the third set for the French title, Arantxa Sanchez has broken Steffi Graf to take the early lead in the third. Welcome back. Second set statistics, not the entire match, but in the second set you can see that Graf, winners and unforced, had 15 winners and 15 unforced, where she was way up in the unforced count in the first set, while there's a -7 for Sanchez.
And we've extolled Graf's greatness, but that last game was a shaky one. She had 40-15 and made 3 errors. She had 1 good return of serve by Sanchez, but the rest were errors by Graf.
Almost appeared she was trying to get too much, playing the lines very tightly and hooked too wide.
The title in the balance, her run at another Grand Slam, the chance to win a 6th consecutive Grand Slam individual tournament.
What a point.
Well, Graf, to hit a lob like that so deep and just stand there on the baseline and watch it.
Well, this is sort of a disease among a lot of players. They hit great lobs and they're standing. Look at Graf in the back. She's just at the baseline on her toes, but lets Arantxa restart the point, and she gets a good bounce on the line, but Sanchez makes a fantastic shot.
Long 30 love, and the forehand is really wavering now for the champion.
90-year-old Jean Barotra has not left his seat.
I thought that was a great comment on the health, the mental health of the man.
Oh, great anticipation.
Hand-eye action wasn't too bad either.
I don't know how many Spaniards are in this crowd, but if she were ever to win, I think they'd jump out and carry her around the court.
40 love on a marvelous point by Arantxa Sanchez. The point by Barotra was his philosophy of life. I know I've had a good week when I play tennis 3 times.
That's right.
A man that's 90 years old.
91 in August, if you want to send him a card.
What a volley.
And did you hear those feet? She knew that dropper was coming.
What a game at love, and it wasn't easy. But what shots by Arantxa Sanchez, delighting this huge crowd at Roland Garros.
And Sanchez says, no drop shots for me, but on the volley she makes a stab, and it goes over for a winner.
Well, that was a game to mark, Joanne.
Sanchez may be tired, but as you said, Bud, she has a lot of heart, and she is fiercely competitive, and she is not giving up, and she's still hitting the ball deep.
She could run on empty now. And Graf has to have this game.
15-0.
And she was coming to the net on that first point. Down love 2 in the third. We'll see if Graf does play attacking tennis now.
I don't really think so. It's something that's not familiar with her game. She doesn't do it a lot.
I asked Monica Seles that the other day, the 15-year-old Yugoslav from Bradenton, Florida now. Weren't you surprised that Graf didn't attack you? She had so many opportunities. She said it's not her game. I wasn't worried about at all.
Absolutely. I heard that same quote, Bud.
Ooh, on the line. In fact, caught both the sideline and the service line for ace number 5.
But you know, Graf can volley. She's in the finals of the doubles with Sabatini and played brilliantly yesterday.
Oh, she could play service volley, don't you think?
Sure. But as her father Peter says, she must get it into her mind that this can be done. He said she'll do it. Net court.
Oh! top of her racket.
And Sanchez gives that top of the racket a nice kiss.
She'll make millions of friends today. She's so jaunty. She's so much fun. She's really what tennis is all about, with all the scowlers and moaners.
And she just gets that over, and she gives her frame a little kiss.
Remember how she won them one by one at Hilton Head in the semifinals this year? You could just build and build every play, proving how much she loves this game and how she wants you to enjoy it with her. Oh, it's a good approach. Racket hit the court before she could deliver the blow. Graf holds, but Sanchez leads 2-1 in the decisive third. Stade, Roland, Garros, and Paris around the red clay, open, flamboyant French enjoying themselves, and in a couple of weeks will be at Wimbledon, where they enjoy it in the cathedral with the big roofs and the heavy greens and the grass floor. The All England Championships. Where she's getting that short angle here in the third set.
Well, she's been doing that the whole match, using that as depth, because some players, they get used to just belting the ball and receiving it at the baseline. You use that angle to change it up. Oh!
And it made Graf deliver a very tough shot to get the winner.
Arantxa Sanchez is not noted for her volley, but she sticks in there. Graf keeps hitting the ball. She nails it at her on this point, gets it over the net, and then Steffi finally passes her.
15 all. 2-1. Sanchez up a break here in the third.
Same place Selish was. Smart play. But didn't do anything with it. You should try to intercept that moon once in a while, but you may get eclipsed.
Steffi Graf and Arantxa Sanchez battling from the baseline, but Steffi mistimes this, and it gives Arantxa the chance to pass her cross court for a winner.
She had it open both sides, that ball just sitting there.
Earlier, she had the overhead she mistimed. Arantxa passed her there. She jumped into the air and mistimed that high forehand.
Nailing the corner with another winner. It's 40-15.
Dick, did you notice on that point, Sanchez waited until the very last minute to hit the ball. So Steffi had to wait in the center of the court, and then she nails it right in the corner on the line. It was a great play.
Past the line, and
Either way.
Sanchez holds 3-1. Listen to the crowd. The French are not known for their love of female tennis.
Yes, that is true, Dick.
But they have been won over today by this match. 1-3.
Wouldn't that be something for Sanchez to beat Everett last year and Graf this year?
First service.
But it's a long way.
First service overruled
First
by the
service.
chair umpire.
He overruled the machine.
Good.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
You can overrule
Yeah.
humans.
Those machines.
Well, as much as a champion can feel the pressure, these become pressure service games.
Everything's pressure now for Graf. Service toss off.
It shows you the strength of Graf. I didn't think she hit it all that cleanly, but boy, she still had plenty behind it for 30 love.
She said there was a chance to lose against Sellish. She said, I didn't think I was going to, but there was a chance.
She sounded very calm when she said that, Bud. And I thought, wow, that's pretty good. But then someone told me that they watched her lose to Sabatini at Amelia Island this year, and they said she was not very happy. 2-minute interviews, she was not pleased with the loss.
She wasn't pleased with the win over Sellish. There were tears. There was a brusque manner.
Right serve and volley at 40 love
On the second ball.
Well, it wasn't a bad play by Graf because a second serve, you come in, she's up 40 love. It's just sort of a surprise shot, but Sanchez is on her toes as always and passes her. Most of the time, that would have worked for Graf.
Game Graf, 3-2, Sanchez in the third. Lovely surroundings of Roland Garros. Great trees here. The outside courts. Junior play on this Saturday, and we'll have some results for you on Sunday, tomorrow. 9 o'clock, well, they'll be having cafe and croissant in those corporate tents, and we hope you'll be aboard at 9 o'clock live Eastern time. 3-2 Sanchez. And the first point to Graf.
Seizing her opportunities now, Steffi, not letting the ball bounce, and she's smart to do that.
Well, that's why she's #1. That's why she's going for her 6th Grand Slam in a row.
Whoops.
0-30.
That's what you do when you're a champion, Bud. You make the plays when it counts. You come up with some shot that maybe you've never hit before in a match, but it's just there because you've been there so many times.
Wouldn't know.
Little help from the forehand for Sanchez. 15-30. Three games to 2. Sanchez leads in the third. And now 2 big break chances for Graf to pull even in this decisive set.
Gee!
First ace of the day. She spun one off the line.
Fairly decent time for it.
It's always good to save your best serve for when it counts the most.
Oh, my, the second double fault, and it's 3-all in the third.
Well, Sanchez spent about 3 years on the tour, having her first name misspelled, Arantxa. I finally asked her, what is that about? She said, that's not my name, that's a nickname. I said, a nickname for what? She said, Aranzazu. Aranzazu is her straight name.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's a story about that, which I'll tell in a second. Great shot. She was named for Saint Arantzazu, a Barcelona saint, a woman who could not have children. A good friend of her mother said, if you ever have another female child, would you please name her for Saint Arantzazu? And that's what happened. But she says, it's got to be Arantxa.
Arantxa is definitely not afraid to hit the ball to Steffi's forehand. She's been doing it, mixing it up. Most players only give Steffi the half-court look. They never hit it over to her forehand. That's been the difference here.
Oh, she rushed it.
Good approach. It hit the line.
It did. This is one of Steffi's little backhand drop shots. Instead of drop shotting back, she goes deep. But this is the disadvantage of a two-handed backhand. If it's up high, you're restricted in your reach.
First double fault for Graf. 40-15. A point from 4-3 for the champion. Won her first Grand Slam title, in fact, 2 years ago here in Paris. Four 4-3 Graf. The pressure now on Arantxa Sanchez to stay with the champion.
Matías, yo creo que se nos están escapando las esperanzas de poder mandar en este partido como lo estaba llevando tan bien Arantxa Sánchez, pero creo que ha bajado un poco el ritmo de su juego y lo que estoy viendo es que la jugadora alemana la está jugando muy inteligentemente. Le está jugando una pelota a la derecha larga y luego le está haciendo con el revés corta cerca de la línea de saque. Y entonces esta vez haciéndola correr cada vez de lado a lado, Arantxa llega un momento que ya no controla la pelota y aquí ha ganado muchos puntos Steffi Graf.
Bjorn Borg, the winningest male player of the French, with 6, and 4 of those in a row, the all-time record. Hilda Sperling and Helen Wills Moody with 3, and consecutive titles. Steffi Graf is looking for her 3rd in a row.
And Sperling was German. The last woman to win 3 successive years. And Graf has won 20 straight matches in the French Open.
Long, 15-all.
Now the key for Arantxa Sanchez, or something, if you're at home watching this match, is watch who's inside the baseline, because you have to keep Graf off of the baseline, keep her from getting in the court, because then she dominates.
Got her again.
That backhand slice of Steffi Graf has really been taking its toll on Arantxa Sanchez. And you can see Arantxa playing she plays her best from inside the baseline. She whipped up on Mary Jo Fernandez and Jana Novotná in the quarterfinals. She was standing inside the baseline, dominating play.
Huge point here for Sanchez.
That'll really take a bounce.
Backspin, and she's there.
She really sliced that one thin. You knew it was going to take a wicked hop. Graf was ready for it. And so was Sanchez.
This sort of reminds me of Michael Chang's underhanded serve.
Same shot.
Because she says, oh my gosh, I have no shot. And look at the spin. She just says, I'm going to give her a junk ball. And then she is right there for the volley at net. That is fantastic play. Now that is guts.
30 all. 3-4 in the third.
Most of the experts say, oh, the seventh game is the most important game. There is no most important game, every point is the most important for Arantxa Sanchez, because against Graf, she can't let anyone get away.
Well, they're all Eiffel Tower points now at this
Absolutely.
stage. There was a point for all.
Played so magnificently by both women, and Sanchez had the volley right there on her racket and a chance for
And
all.
Sanchez sets it up so beautifully, but she just hesitated. She was just back there.
She's a yard behind where she should be. It's not her nature to do that.
Now
One
it's
step
Graf.
further.
A point from a 5-3 lead. And that demonstrated so well the expression that the difference between the great and good is the greats play the big points so well. And Graf here under pressure has done exactly that. Played big points truly to perfection, and now has earned a 5-3 lead and serves for her third consecutive French championship.
And Dick, that was the key word, pressure. There is no pressure on Arantxa Sanchez. That's what she said in her press conferences. No pressure.
Papa hasn't given up there.
And Arantxa Sanchez hasn't either. But just think of the pressure Graf is under, and she has played so magnificently.
Breaking Sanchez. Arantxa's last two service games. Well, some hope to break back for the Sanchez fans. Love 30.
Sanchez. She never gives up. One good thing, you can see her in the back toweling off. She's taking her time, not rushing. She's not letting Steffi Graf dictate what she's going to do on the return. Another mistimed volley.
But the hustle earned the point. Arantxa Sanchez seemingly had no right to still be in this point.
And here she is being jerked all over the court. And the last ball, she just tosses it up. It's a prayer. Graf has the whole court. And another mistime caught at the very top of her racket. Love 40.
Motionless. Steffi Graf right back to the line. Love 40. Sanchez breaks back and is still alive. We'll be serving 4-5 when we return.
Incluyó una vez más Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario la subida de Steffi Graf. Y perfecto golpe en paralelo de la española. Ahí lo van a ver ustedes de nuevo. Como aprovecha esa pelota media pista, le sale un drive fuerte y colocado, pero allá va la contestación. 40-15. Dos pelotas para 5 iguales. 5 iguales. Ha remontado el 5-3 y se ha colocado con 5 iguales. En la línea, sí señor, pegó la pelota de Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario en la línea y el resto de Steffi Graf ya lo vieron. Cero 30. Se fue la pelota de Steffi Graf. 0-40. Lleva 11 puntos por 1. 0-40. 3 oportunidades de break para Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. Formidable. Y además no ha podido correr Steffi Graf. No ha podido correr hacia esa pelota y se va. Vamos a ver, se va de la pelota. Se va a vestuario de Steffi Graf. 6 juegos a 5. Algo le pasa, ¿eh? Algo le ha pasado a Steffi Graf a partir de 5-3, ya no ha sido la misma.
S'il vous plaît, les joueuses sont prêtes. Merci.
6 juegos a 5 para la española. Tiene el servicio Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario para ganar la final de Roland Garros. A 3 puntos de la victoria, Matías. 15-0, 15-0. Serlo y no creerlo, ¿verdad? 15-0, a 3 puntos de la victoria.
intercambio desde el fondo de la pista, ¿eh? Están dando ya todo lo máximo, lo que les quedan. Han acudido ya a sus reservas, las dos jugadoras. 15 iguales. Out. 15 se queda para Steffi Graf, 30 para Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. A 2 pasos del título. Formidable. ¿Qué puntos? ¿Con qué intensidad? ¿Con qué fuerza? Las dos, 30 iguales.
Ahora son 2 puntos que pesan como losas. Arantxa mirando a su hermano.
Eso sí que es raro. Eso sí que es raro. Que se le permita ir para que beba en mitad de un juego es más extraño. 30 iguales. Se fue la pelota de Steffi Graf. 40-30, los gritos desde la grada de sus padres. Match ball. Match ball. El primer match ball que haya tenido una jugadora en la historia del tenis, en una gran final. Match ball de Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. La historia cambió su curso. La mayor sorpresa de estos internacionales de Francia. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario ha sido capaz de derrotar a la número 1 del mundo, a Steffi Graf. 6-7, primer set para la española, 3-6 el segundo para la alemana, 7-5 en 2 horas 58 minutos. Inolvidables para la historia del deporte español. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario acaba de triunfar sobre la tierra de Roland Garros.
Después de ganar ese torneo, ahora le entrará un sudor frío, le entrará un temblequeo de haber hecho algo grande y sobre todo de haber ganado a la número 1 del mundo. Aquí está Arantxa, que ya no puede controlar la emoción, pero es que se la ha merecido, porque a partir del 5-3 no ha dejado de luchar, ha seguido luchando hasta la última pelota y ha pagado el haber ganado hoy a la número 1 del mundo, Steffi Graf. Steffi Graf, que se habrá quedado muy decepcionada porque Arantxa ha sido la mejor en la pista.
I don't have words to talking because I'm very enjoying, you know, beat the number 1 in the world, and I say that I can beat Lendl, why not? And I'm feel very confident, and I really play a great match and I beat the number 1.
Arantxa Sanchez en larmes, comme vous le voyez, nous dit Chang a bien battu Lendl. Il n'y a pas de mots pour exprimer le bonheur que je ressens. J'ai battu la numéro 1 mondiale. This is the most beautiful day. Wonderful, Arantxa. Bravo. We'll see you in the studio.
Well, I'm very happy because it's a wonderful day for me. It's the final Roland Garros.
Es un día maravilloso estar en la final de Roland Garros.
You know, and I beat the number 1 in the world.
Batir a la número 1, conquistar el torneo que más me gustaba, delante de mi propia familia, dar gracias a todos porque le han animado constantemente.
Oui, simplement Arantxa Sanchez nous dit que c'est le plus beau jour de sa vie. Roland Garros représente vraiment un rêve pour elle et sa famille, le soutien de sa famille, fait qu'elle va aller célébrer cette victoire avec sa famille, sa maman et son frère Emilio. Voilà, mon cher Michel, c'était un peu spontané tout ça, mais normalement, Arantxa devrait peut-être nous rejoindre également dans ce
Arantxa, pero yo creo que puede estar muy orgullosa de la pequeña Arantxa, ya no tan pequeña ahora, porque tiene un gran slam en su haber.
Atención, porque acaba de entrar en la historia también Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, la mujer más joven que gana en Roland Garros. La mujer más joven que gana en Roland Garros. La anterior en el 87 había sido Steffi Graf. Ahora le hace Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario con 17 años y medio. Increíble que pueda soportar con sus manos el peso de esta copa. ¿Quién iba a pronosticar este resultado final? Absolutamente nadie. Con el corazón muchos deseábamos empujar a Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario en este enfrentamiento, pero los resultados estaban ahí. Steffi Graf le había vencido de manera fácil en los 3 compromisos anteriores, pero aquí Arantxa ha sido una muy distinta. Ha ganado la partida con los mismos golpes que Steffi Graf, con su potencia, con su fuerza, con su colocación, con sus cambios de ritmo. Sensacional victoria.
Sensacional, Matías, porque se lo merecía. Ha jugado mejor, ha luchado más y ha estado físicamente más entera que Steffi Graf. Fíjate que Steffi Graf al final estaba agotada.
For looking this match, and I think it's a wonderful final. And I'm very joyed because I really won the #1 in the world. And I'm very excited.
Prácticamente repitiendo las palabras anteriores, contentísima de haber batido a la número 1 del mundo.
And everybody will say, oh, everybody.
Dándole las gracias a todo el mundo.
And see you next year, and thank you very much for saying, come on, Arantxa, and bye-bye.
Gracias a todos, espero veros el año que viene. Gracias por haberme dicho, come on, arriba, arriba, vamos, Arantxa. La felicitación de don Juan Antonio Samarán, también de Philippe Chatrier y las palabras de Steffi Graf. Lo primero que quiero hacer es felicitar a Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario por su victoria. Muy deportiva, siempre Steffi Graf.
And, you know, I really enjoyed it this week, those 2 weeks again, and I'll be back
Aprecio mucho estas 2 semanas. Yo estaré de nuevo el año que viene para intentarlo. Podía haber empatado si hubiera ganado hoy Steffi Graf con 3 victorias consecutivas. Hasta ahora tan solo lo hizo una jugadora precisamente alemana en los años 30, 35, 36 y 37, pero nadie lo había vuelto a repetir. Ahí está, la imagen del día en el mundo. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, la jugadora más joven en la historia que triunfa en Roland Garros. El abrazo. Qué pena que no lo recojan ahora las cámaras. Arantxa abrazada a su madre. Allí la tienen ustedes, abrazada a su madre.
Ahora va su padre.
Ahora el abrazo del padre y después vendrá de toda la familia. El que va a tardar más en abrazarla va a ser Javier. Javier, tus primeras palabras. Si es que puedes.
Bueno, estoy muy emocionado, ¿no? Jamás pensé que mi hermana pudiese no ganar el torneo, pero ganar a Steffi Graf, ¿no? La he visto jugar a Steffi y jamás lo pensé, o sea, estoy muy contento y bueno, espero abrazarla dentro de poco.
Bueno, allá va Emilio por ti, que va a ser lo mismo de fuerte, seguro. Ahora es cuando está llorando el señor Gómez Navarro, el presidente de la Federación Española de Tenis, y el abrazo de su entrenador, Núñez, el exjugador de Copa Davis. Todos han colaborado muchísimo. El señor Vilaseca también ha querido estar presente. Philippe Chatrier, todos son abrazos, y ahora todas las televisiones del mundo persiguiendo a esta joven española que no se había llevado muchas líneas en los periódicos.
No muchas, la verdad sea dicha.
Ahora los va a llenar.
Cuando llegó a la final sí que le pusieron bastante, le hablaron bastante de ella, pero antes casi no habían hablado nada de ella. Felicito a Arantxa porque desde luego esta es una gran victoria para Arantxa, una gran victoria para el tenis español.